What's going on, guys? This is Jay. Today is Friday, July 10th of 2020, and we're working in those beautiful fields of Landgraf today. It is time to get in here and work in this corn patch a little bit. So the first thing that I'm going to do is jump in with my weed eater and clean up some of these rows. There's Felicia. She is picking out some turnip greens. We're going to plan to can some greens since our pickling went so well. Listen, guys, those were the most delicious pickles I've ever had in my life. So pickling cucumbers is where it's at. And what we're actually doing here, we're using turnip greens as a cover crop in here. This is something that Sky did a few years ago. He had turnip greens in here and they're coming back in between the corn. So it's a really cool idea to use it as a cover crop. Now it's time to take a quick lunch break. So we're taking a lunch break under that beautiful maple tree. Love this maple tree, shades out the whole field. And yeah, turnip greens. Guys, you can eat the turnip greens. So we're planning to can some. Sky has joined us in the field. He's given us some recipes on turnip greens, and we're just chopping it up, making a game plan. We got a little bit to do today. We've made some plans to maybe plant some more seeds today, which is pretty cool. Those cucumbers come out so good. We want to plant some more, so that is in the plans today. The cucumbers we planted before were Boston pickling cucumbers, but today we're going to plant some muncher cucumbers. But first we're going to try to cut out some more of this water weed in between the corn. So me and Sky head up to the top of the corn patch and we cut out a good bit of this water weed and get this field looking a little bit better with that water weed out of there. That corn won't have to compete. So what I'm doing now, I'm going back in and replanting some of the heels of squash. I just put some seeds in there, but now we're on a whole nother task. Me and Sky are planting cucumbers, which is pretty awesome. Sky is putting the fertilizer in there and making the heels, and I'm dropping the seeds in, coming in behind him. Didn't take very long. We put in quite a bit of cucumbers in here, which is pretty awesome because cucumbers are awesome, and that's what's up. We're going to make some pickles. We're going to make some relish. We're going to make all kinds of things. When we plant our heels, we usually put them 6 feet apart. That way they have plenty of room to grow. So there's a little bit of information for you. So you can't say the video was not informational. What's going on, guys? This is Jay. Today is July 10th of 2020. What we've been doing today, we've been doing a little bit of everything today. Well, not everything, but we have been doing a lot today. Thought I'd give y'all a little tour of the upper parts of the fields. Sky's into the farm. Check out these beans. Me and Sky and Marshall, we're in here working these beans with the tiller a couple days ago. These are Blue Lake Bush and Ferrari beans, I'm pretty sure. Either Ferrari or Contender. And these was the beans that we had to replant. There are a lot of beans in here. All this isn't beans, a lot of this is water weed. We're going to try to maybe save as much of that as possible, but there are some good long rows in here. If we go on back down the farm a little bit, I was working in this area a little bit earlier today. This is the zucchini and squash area of the lower part of the fields. Me and Sky come in and planted all these zucchini heels here. You can see the zucchini there and there.
There are 7 rows of zucchini that go from the back of the track to the end of the road. These rows are 78 feet long. There are 7 of them, and we have 3 prolific squash hills over in this area, which is pretty cool. They go from the end of the track all the way over to the road, and they are all in here. You can see the color texture difference. The lighter colored soil is where the hills are. The darker colored soil is where I brought in the tiller the other day and tilled this area while Marshall was planting the majority of the longer part of the field. He planted 28 rows of contender beans, bush beans, in this area over here. You can see the tractor marks, and that's what the row looks like right there where that tractor planted it in. These rows are 70 feet long, and he planted 24 rows of Ferrari bush beans, which is pretty exciting. We couldn't get any more Blue Lake seed. There is a shortage of Blue Lake seed nationwide right now, and we haven't been able to secure any of that. Luckily, we have some beans planted, and we're going to save seed from them because that's pretty important. This is the cabbage and collards patch on this side of the field. These rows are 128 feet long. There's 3 rows in here of cabbage, and there are 2 rows of collards in here. In this row, I got in with the tiller the other day and worked these rows, and I'm going to pick up my tools over here. This is an area where me and Sky just planted 3 rows of cucumbers. We did 2 rows 128 feet long, and we did 1 row that was 78 feet long. So we've got a little bit over 300 feet of cucumber in here. I'll do that math when I get it home. I'm pretty exhausted, and my brain is not quite functioning right now completely. I know that's 256 plus 78. So it's up there. We've got some rows of cucumber on the way, and it's the bigger cucumbers. That's pretty exciting, and I'm going to take you on up the field here so you can see a little bit more on this end what we got growing on. I know that you see my fields all the time, and now I'm bringing you in to see these. There are 2 rows of water babies, watermelons, watermelons going back through in between this empty field and the beans. These are seed beans, and this is pretty awesome. All these beans, they are not for market, they are not for eating, they're not for picking. These are the seed beans that will carry the next generation, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of seed bean in there. I'm not really sure what kind. Marshall planted those, which is pretty exciting. And this was our first planting of corn. Look at this, guys. I'm going to set the camera down right here so you can get a comparison. See how tall this corn is to me now? It's probably be about 3.5 feet, 4 feet, some of it, which is pretty awesome. There are over 40 rows of corn in here, over 300 feet long. And then the next planting of corn is on up the end of this field, about where those houses are. I don't know if you can see that, but this row goes to the telephone pole, which is 300 feet away. And the next planting of corn goes another 200 to 300 feet. The rows, they narrow to 200 feet in the shortest ones, 300 feet in the longest ones, because that end of the field kind of comes to a triangle, and that's how we have to plant it. But we were in there earlier today. That was some of the other stuff that I did when I got here. We started weed eating, and Felicia, she harvested a 5-gallon bucket full of radish greens, which is pretty cool. I'll show you how much that is. All of the radish greens, they grow in between the second planting of corn up there, and that was pretty awesome. And look what she's got in here.
Yum.
These are radish greens, so that's pretty awesome. There's so much radish greens in there, we could pick all day, every day, and that could be our only job, radish green picking. But we're not going to do that. And that's it, guys. That's what we got going on right now. I'm pretty tired. Felicia's pretty tired. It is 1:40 in the afternoon. We've been here since 8 o'clock this morning. Had one lunch break. It's time to go home and relax a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit hot in today. Well, it's actually starting to cool down, but we're going home anyway. We were up last night making pickles, guys. I know I was talking about all those cucumbers, and you watched me talk about that one little cucumber all year long. And in the past couple videos, you got to watch us do 2 small harvests. First one yielded 23 cucumbers, and the next one yielded, I think it was 18 cucumbers. So we took all those cucumbers and we made a mixture last night, and we pickled 11 quarts of cucumbers, which that is pretty awesome. So you'll have to make sure to check out yesterday's video, because if I put these videos together in the right order, it will come out yesterday. I'll put a link to that at the top right hand of the screen, and you can check out the video where we harvested. We did a feeding or a treating yesterday and a feeding yesterday, which is pretty awesome. But we treated the cucumbers, but first we picked out a bunch. So you'll have to check out that video. We took them home and we made pickles last night. We turned cucumbers into pickle magic. It's pretty awesome. Did 11 quarts out of one picking. We did sliced cucumbers, diced cucumbers, and cucumber rounds. So that's pretty cool. But I'm gonna get out of here. We're going home. Keep rocking it with us. I don't know if we're gonna have any more today, but if not, until next time, I'm gonna kick you back into the time-lapse ride home, and we'll see you then. So let's get it.
So that's it, guys. It's the end of the day. We done worked hard, worked up a sweat, got the heart pumping good, feeling real good. That's it. Nothing else to show you. Thank you for checking out the video. Hope it was inspirational. I hope it was informational. I know I at least dropped one informational fact in there somewhere, so go and find it. If you like the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe for more videos, hit the notification bell for future content and new content. Until next time, can you dig it?